Okay, we got the remaining part of the night is spent in watches. Like, not watches, in watches. Like the Night Watchman. Okay, then we got a coon claws. Since each soldier was looking over their own things. Okay, then we got some indirect questions. What they were able to carry with them. What they were being compelled or forced. What they were being forced to leave behind out of the furniture of the winter quarters. Why do you think Caesar tells us this? I think that they tell us this because, you know, this is an example of what's called prolepsis. Okay, so prolepsis is an example of like anticipation. So I think that they know, you know, whatever they leave behind in this winter camp, they'll never see again. But they have to take certain things, right? They have to take things that are necessary for survival, and they have to take things that would be exceptionally useful intelligence-wise to the enemy. I don't know if you know, like after World War I and World War II, like the United States blew up a bunch of stuff just so that the places that they were occupied or freed, for example, wouldn't have the intelligence. You know, the Russians couldn't get it during the Cold War, so they destroyed their own stuff, burned it down. You know, not to give the other side the advantage of raw materials or intelligence. Okay, so everything is being thought out. Okay, and then these suckers these two are potential subjunctives. Okay. So a potential subjunctive it's like things that might or would happen. Okay, so we got for what reason, that's quare. For what reason they would not stay without danger. And that the danger would be increased by both the fatigue of the soldiers and the watchman. Like this goes together. Okay, at first light, so thus, at first light, they set out from the camps. Okay, then it says ut here is equal to ut see, as if it introduces a conditional sentence of comparison with the subjunctive. Okay, so as if men who had been persuaded that, since it's been an indirect statement, that, and then you go down here, here's your accusative, that the plan had been given to them, not by the enemy, but by a most friendly man, ambiorix. Okay, so it says the dative of quibus, this one, may be translated as the subject. That's what we did. And then datum esse is a present. It's saying that this indirect statement is the subject of this persuasorid. That's pretty much how we translated it. Okay, then we finish it up with these two ablative absolutes. Oh no, one ablative absolute here. In the longest battle lines, and it is two ablative absolutes, with the battle lines being the longest and the impediments being the greatest. So it's what it's saying here is you do it like one of those Caesar being the leader ones. You stick a present participle of the form to be, which there isn't one in Latin, in your English translation to make it make sense. It's an ablative absolute. But the most important thing to remember here is that this is Caesar writing this about this group of men. Okay? So Cotta argues to leave. Cotta argues that they have to stay, but they end up leaving anyway. He gives up, and so they get all their stuff, and then they depart.